Welcome to this new topic, that is virtual court. Now it is common to use in COVID-19 situation for India, but India is now moving completely towards virtual court. Okay, how this virtual court will stay, what are the benefits for it, what are the drawbacks for it, is it beneficial for us, how the infrastructure is required for this virtual court, all we will see in this lecture. Let us move forward. See, the background is like in the news, in the current affair news, that parliamentary panel on law and justice has presented its report on functioning of the virtual courts and court proceedings through video conferencing. So they have presented their reports on this video conferencing virtual courts. So it happens like in this COVID-19 situation, the court was closed, everything was closed. So they started to do all those trials through video conferencing. So in that situation, now they are thinking to continue this video conferencing method of delivering this justice, and there are many benefits for such virtual courts, like the travel time of the prisoners will be reduced from jail to the courts. There are many times happened that prisoners ran away, fled away from that within that way, like coming from the prison to the jail, prison to the court. Okay, so these are the benefits of making that virtual court accessible. So COVID-19 is led a situation where justice delivery is not done at time. That in this COVID-19 situation, that justice was delayed due to that court was closed, and now they are moving forward that virtual court session. So court proceedings through video conferencing happened, and pre-COVID video conferencing was there for remand matters to prevent movement of prisoners between jail and court. So it is not something that has been introduced newly, that because of COVID situation. No, video conferencing was also previously it was there, but it was there for remand matters. What is remand? That remand is the process for detaining a person who has been arrested and charged with an offenses until the trial happened. So a person who is on remand is held in a prison or detention center or held under house arrest. That is the meaning of remand only. Okay, so the remand matters, we had a video conferencing pre-COVID situation where we want to restrict the movement of prisoners between jail and courts, and already like currently we have total 3240 courts, 3240 courts and 1272 prisons, that jails are connected through such video conferencing facilities, that virtual court facilities, and many times faced where prisoners fled during the way from that jail. Like if we are taking away prisoners from jail to court, so many times it has been seen that they have fled from that court. Okay, so this is one of the issue of not having virtual court. So currently this is the data of our virtual court facilities in India. Okay, now how are virtual courts different from regular courts? So in virtual courts, complaints and other documents, like simply you can see that virtual court means digital, not you will physically you will not be present. So whatever the data, whatever the document will be shared, it will all be electronically, it will all be virtual, like it will be all in the PDF format or in image format or JPG format, whatever the formats will be there. So all will be electronically. Okay, so and arguments are heard through video, and whatever the arguments will be heard, this all the arguments will be heard through video, that from the laptops and all. Okay, so and all the conferencing evidence is submitted digitally, that electronically, and judges give decisions online either from physical courtroom or sitting in some other place. Like it is it may happen like judge will be sitting in a court, and prisoners will be in other jail. Through video conferencing, both are talking, like this is judge and prisoners are in some other place. Okay, so video conferencing they are talking about, then judge will give the decision from either judge will be present in the physical courtroom or in some other places. Okay, like virtually they will be connected to each other through network. That is the main motive. So, and what is the conditions of virtual court globally? Like how many, what are the global situation of having a virtual court? So if we see that Singapore Supreme Court has successfully set up a virtual courtroom known as the technology courtroom. Okay, so in Singapore already they have set up a completely, like successfully set up a virtual courtroom that is known as the technology court. So in Turkey also has a national e-judiciary system called UYAP, which has significantly increased the effectiveness and accessibility of the judicial system. Like when you are making any court virtual, automatically the expense on that maintenance of that physical court will be reduced, will be less than the virtual court session. And due to this accessibility to that virtual court will be easy for any person. Like let us suppose a person A is living in some other village and he has to go for Delhi for the Supreme Court for the sessions and all, so he is spending its money on travel. And if the virtual court sessions have been established, then person A with its advocate at its own place, and judge will be on this Delhi in its own place, and they will be hearing or fighting the case through that virtual court session. They do not have to present physically over there. So the effect, that accessibility will be there for the person A. Okay, and for Italy has online civil trial, so facilities which allows for an entirely electronic processing of cases and significantly reduces the time and expenses related to accessing court. So the same thing it is talking about, like the main motive of their virtual court is the same for all the countries. Okay, now what are the issues with the judiciary currently? What are the issues with the judiciary with the India? Okay, so huge pendency in the judiciary is there. Like if you see in the Supreme Court only, that 60,000 cases are pending, and total 30 million total cases are pending in India. Okay, this is 30 million. So if you convert it, make it like that. Okay, now people and one more data is there, that for any case to complete, like for different sources average, like case duration for India is of 3 years. Like for a case to complete, like minimum a case has to complete, it takes average year is 3 years. So see how expensive the judiciary system is in India. How much expensive is it? So justice delayed is justice denied. This is the common saying, that if you are delaying a justice to someone else, you are denying them from his right to get justice. Okay, now people moved to kangaroo court, like due to these issues, like pendency of the court, only this pendency of the court, people are moving to the kangaroo courts. What is kangaroo court? Kangaroo court are like giving decisions instantly, by orally hearing all the aspects and giving the decisions by the person. Like you will see all these kind of kangaroo courts in villages in Haryana kind of regions and all. So such examples of that kangaroo court is your khap panchayats, which are completely informal in nature. In khap panchayat, you have said, like you have heard in news, like a person A married with another community of person B girl. So after that, khap panchayat has told to kill both the person or throw them both the person from the village and all. So khap panchayats, they have their own rule, and it is not supported by the country, by the democratic country, and which are completely informal in nature. So the reasons is that they deliver instant justice, and people love that. Like people want that instant justice to them. So decisions may be right, like what the decision they are giving may be right or wrong, but because of less time, people prefer it, and people are moving towards kangaroo court because of that delay. So and special courts such as in Haryana, so they are based on the community, and here mainly on the basis of arguments decision is given in Haryana. Okay, so these are kangaroo courts. So we should avoid this kind of thing. We should ask people not to go for such way of taking justice. Okay, and we have to overcome with such issues of delaying the justice. Further, if the courts are not working efficiently, then it will hurt the economic issues of India. So poor contract enforcement, economic issues will be present. Okay. Then another one, that if the poor judgment to population ratio, like we have the ratio of judge as per the ratio of our country is very poor, like only 12 judges are present per million in India, and in US it is 110. Just see the difference. And in Australia it is 60. See the difference, how much the difference is present. That in India only 12, and in Australia it is 60, and for US it is 110 judges per million people. Okay. Now, huge vacancies in the system. So there are lots of vacancies are present in the judge post, and they are not filling up. But yes, in India it is collegium system who fills up these vacancies, because of which depends upon the judges order, that Chief Justice of India and all other 4 judges. So on the occurrence of these, that collegium system, on the occurrence of these judges, appointment is done. So the collegium system is a system under which appointment, elevation of the judges, lawyer to Supreme Court, and transfer of judges of High Court and Apex Court are decided by a form of Chief Justice of India and the 4 senior most judges of the Supreme Court. Okay, so these are the appointment of judges for the Supreme Court and High Court, for the transfer and all. It depends upon the collegium system in India. So government wanted, like, for this filling of these huge vacancies and transfer of all these things, so government wanted to introduce NJAC, that National Judicial Appointment Commission. So its aim was to have a system where government also has to decide authority in appointing of the judges. Like right now in India, judges are appointing the judges only, like they have the power to appoint the judges. So many times controversies happen because of this issue, like why judges are appointing themselves. Okay, so because of that, government came up with the NJAC, like National Judicial Appointment Commission, where they will have also the role to appointing of the judges, and all. But few judges, but the judiciary struck down this commission. Like this is against the they said, like, this is against the basic structure of the constitution, this is basic structure of our country. So this commission will not be in established, will not be in work. So despite the requirement, vacancies have not been filled yet, and even if name is going on, they are being rejected by the judiciary, because judiciary has the complete power because of this collegium system. Okay. Now, and the basic structure is missing, such as the courtrooms, toilets, basic infrastructure for our courts and all, like physical courts is present, like there is no the courtrooms are not infrastructure are not good, toilets are not present there, are very dirty, then drinking water is not present there, computers are not present there, like even if you find the computers are very old, they are still running on Windows XP and all. No, we have to be an updated one. Allocations are insignificant. Okay, there are many issues with the judiciary. Even if you see some advocate, they still don't have a laptop. Okay, so let us suppose a judge is sitting in the virtual court and he want to listen the hearing through the virtual court session, but the advocate does not have a laptop. So these are the issues with us. These are the challenges with us to establish this virtual court session. Okay, so can virtual court helps? Will it help? So now parliamentary panel said that moving towards full-fledged virtual courts to establish, like we have to move towards establishing the full-fledged virtual courts, but basic infrastructure should be established. Like still we are lagging behind the basic infrastructure. Basic infrastructure is like internet should be there, electricity should be there, a person must have a laptop or a desktop with an updated version, security should be there. So virtual court will lead to change the processing time. Like yes, if all these things will be there, it is okay. Then we'll find, then this basic structure is completed for us. Okay, then virtual court will lead to change the processing time and make it efficient, like travel time of the prisoners from jail to courts will be reduced. Further, hearing gap will be reduced, like judge can hear back to back to one or two cases or three cases without wasting any time. So time will be saved due to lack of travel and all. Okay, so no frequent adjournments because of witness, accused, etc. Like recently, currently, that adjournment is one of the key to delay the hearings. Like if a advocate will present, like say his client is not present, he is in busy in some work, then please adjourn the court. So adjournment is acting as a loophole in our judicial system to delay the cases. Okay, what are the challenges with the virtual courts present with us? So first of all, the challenges is that upgradation of the infrastructure. Okay, and especially of the district court, like for Supreme Court and High Court we have already moved for that virtual court session. Okay, but not the same condition is with the district court. District court's condition, even the physical conditions of the district courts are very poor. Okay, judges are not connected with the virtual court facilities or video conferencing facilities. So example, you can see like 38 Calcutta High Court judge and only 8 have virtual court facilities. Like there are total 38 judges are present, and for them only 8 virtual court facilities are present. 50% of the advocates, particularly in the district courts, do not have laptops, desktop facilities. Okay, so they have planning, like government is planning to take second hand laptop from the multinational companies such as Infosys and all. If you go for the Infosys training center of Mysore, it is one of the world class infrastructure is present there, and there are many systems are present that will be refurbished. Like these systems are used for only training purposes, so it has not been used roughly, and these can be refurbished and can be donated or can be sold in the market to these advocates, those who don't have a laptop and desktop. Further, one technical glitch can challenges for this virtual session, like if there is a one technical glitch is present, so this can lead to affect the entire proceedings, that can affect that vitiate that entire proceedings. So and one most important challenge with this glitch is that it may be that glitch is technical, or it may be that glitch that can be occur intentionally by the party to delay the session. Okay, that they will just disconnect the internet and all and said like we have been disconnected from the internet facility, or internet is not working right now and all. Okay, so use of such glitch in a manifold manner, that intentional glitch can happen. Privacy concerns. So recently our government has started to use that Zoom app that is of USA based company. So Zoom bombing happened between during the sessions. Like bombing means uninvited person started to come into that meeting. Okay, so if there is a meeting of like normal, not a government meeting, so we can tackle with those small unintentional person coming in the chat group, like unwanted person coming in the chat group. But if we are dealing with our court session or government works, so these are very risky kind of things. This is a privacy concern for us. So that hacker used to do, like they just started to bombing unwanted user in a meeting. That is called as Zoom bombing. Further, if unwanted person came into that court session, then it will what happen, then media trials will happen. Similarly, recently we can see that how in the Sushant Singh murder or suicide case, is happening. Even before the judgment is coming, media are giving their judgments. So media trials will happen because of those leaking of the news. And uses of third party like Zoom app, Video, Cisco and JC. So if we are using third party app, then it is a risk for our privacy concern for our court session. And what is the way forward, like what we can see for the future, like how is it beneficial, what are the motives for coming as a virtual court session. So if we are introducing virtual courts, it would result in an improvement over traditional court, as they are more affordable, citizen friendly and over great access to justice. Like even people are living in a corner of our country, they can access the Supreme Court or any high court of the state, like present as a different state, without traveling from one place to another at higher cost. Okay. And second, that virtual courts can better promote the principle of distributive justice. Like currently we are working as a central justice, like people have to go to the court, have to spend their money for going to the court, and then the session will start, and then the justice will be going on, then the hearings will going on, the delay will be going on, then after the judgment will come after 3 years. Average judgment duration is of 3 years. So if the virtual court session can become, then it will promote the principle of distributive justice. Like people can be present in place A, people can present A, people can present D, and they all can access the virtual court session. That is, distributive justice is present, not centrally justice will be present. Centrally will everybody have to dependent upon center, but if distributive is there, nobody is dependent upon each other, like on particular things, nobody dependent on particular one center. Okay. So that court service will be accessible to all, and the services should be affordable by all. Transportation cost and all will be reduced. So I hope you like the video. Please like and subscribe. If you subscribe the channel, it will motivate me further for making such videos. If you have any suggestions or any feedback for me, just go to my description, ping me on my Twitter handle. Further, if you want any on-demand video lectures, please ping me. I will be happy to assist you. Please subscribe it. It is just a form of payment for me. Thank you.